Just a quick warning about this video. You are actually going to see me clean bluegills. I'm going to show you the entire process that I use for cleaning bluegills. So if you guys want to see how I scale my bluegills and how I fillet them, you guys are not going to want to miss this video. If you're a little bit squeamish and you don't want to see me clean fish, well, sorry, this is all part of the experience. So hope you guys enjoyed this video.
What do we have here? This might be a new video.
Hey everybody, it's Jay Ball, Blue Days Outdoors. Welcome back to the channel. So this is going to be a little bit different video than what I've made before. We're going to do a catch, clean, and then eventually cook. So Dylan and I and Gabby actually went out today and caught quite a few nice bluegills. No giants, but some really good eater size. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you guys how I clean these fish. And then depending on how everything works out, I'm probably actually going to have to, vacuum seal and then cook these fish later. Before we get into cleaning these fish, why don't you check out some of these fish catches. Guys, we had an absolute awesome day on Lake X. We were catching fish literally from the time we got to the time we got there to the time we left. It was an absolutely awesome day. So go ahead and check out some of these fish catches, and then we'll get to cleaning these guys. There he is. All right, first drop. Didn't take long. Feels like a decent one. Oh yeah, nothing wrong with that guy. Heck yeah. Nice little bluegill. Pretty guy. Have to get a picture of him, but not bad. Good way to start the day. Only took about 2 minutes. He was about the same size. Ooh, that's a nice pumpkin seed. That's pretty. Look at that guy. That's a pretty pumpkin seed. I have to keep him. It's pretty. So of course, as soon as I turn the camera off, Gabby does catch a nice one. So nothing wrong with that. That was on the pink polyball too.
Yeah, dang. Pink master. Second.
They love the pink.
Yeah, they do.
Out here. That's how you double up right there.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Gotta.
Oh yeah. Look at that pumpkin seed. All right, so I do apologize. Of course, it's windy and cold out. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to scale these fish. So I really like scaling my bluegills and my panfish. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I scale one with a spoon first, and then I'm going to time lapse the rest of this. And then we're going to go in the house where it's warmer and then fillet these guys up. So really what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take a typical household spoon. I'm going to start here back at the tail, and then you just pull forward towards the front of the body, and the scales come right off. So it's just that easy. I really like the skin on my panfish, and these are really clean fish, not a lot of bugs or anything, or some of those black maggots that you see. But really scaling fish, bluegills, is just that quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and time lapse the rest of this, and we're gonna go inside the house and fillet these guys up. All right, those 4 guys are too frozen, but I got most of them scaled. It's cold out. It's like 18 degrees. You can see how cold my hand is. So we're gonna take these guys inside, put them in some lukewarm water, some room temperature water, and finish scaling them, get them all cleaned up, and then we'll start filleting them. So hang out with me. All right, everybody, welcome down to the basement. We have all of the bluegills and the one crappie and the pumpkin seeds. We've got them all scaled. You can see there. Rinsed them all off, just trying to keep it as clean as possible. And I really like leaving the skin on the fish because I feel that adds a little bit more flavor. I know there's I don't want to say a controversy, but there's people that are kind of on one side of the fence about leaving the skin on with panfish, and there's some people that want to take the skin off. I personally like leaving the skin on, so if I can take the time to scale them, it actually makes them cleaning a little bit easier, a little less cleanup, because when you're filleting them with a knife, you can be throwing scales everywhere, and I've found scales up in the kitchen for weeks after I do this inside the house. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually walk you guys through how I go about cleaning these bluegills. I'm going to show you one, and then I'll time lapse the rest of them. But as far as the things that you need, you want to make sure you got a good cutting board. You want to make sure that you've got a bowl to put the fillets in, and then you want to make sure you have a good sharp knife. Now this brownie knife is one that I've been using for years. It's got this serrated edge on it. Works really good for cleaning bigger fish, but even the smaller panfish as well. Super sharp. The 2 sharpest knives in your household should be your gutting knife for your deer and your fillet knife for your fish. Don't forget about that. And then you need I have a 6-gallon bucket here that I put a trash bag in to put the guts in, and then just some paper towels to wipe your hand off, maybe even wipe the knife off or wipe the board off eventually. But it should be pretty clean. Like I said, I got most of the scales off. There is some moisture in the bottom of the bowl, so I might have to go upstairs and get a towel. But yeah, without further ado, let me put the camera down and have you guys take a look at how I actually clean these bluegills. It's pretty straightforward. It can be a little bit tricky if you don't have a sharp knife, so you got to make sure you got a good sharp knife. So let's get to it. Let's start cleaning some bluegills. So here you can see we've got one of our bluegills, or pumpkin seeds, whatever they are. So for me, I always actually start with the belly away from me. It's just, I don't know, it's just kind of my comfort zone. But what I'll do is I'll take my thumb or my index finger here and I'll put it behind the gill plate, and then I'll start back by this fin. You can see this is a really sharp knife. I'll go to the front of the head, and then I'll go to the belly, keeping the knife up. And then what I'll do is I'll run down the back here, and I want to stay on the spine, and I'll kind of tilt the blade up just a little bit, and you're just going to follow that spine all the way down. Now mind you, it's been a year since I've cleaned a bluegill, so this might not be the best. So once you get through, you turn around and kind of point the knife tip down and then run back down the spine. Okay, you can hear those ribs. I'm actually cutting through the ribs. And then what I'll do is I'll just take and run the knife down along the edge of the ribs, trying to save as much meat as possible. And it is a little tricky because the camera's right in front of my face. So you might get a few ribs in there, but we can always take those out. All right, and then again, you're just running down the ribs, keeping the knife tip pointed down as much as possible. And there you go, nice, perfect bluegill fillet. So again, I already took the scales off. So I put the scale in the bucket. So let me time lapse this next side, and I'll let you know, I'll show you what the best way is, or how you know you've done a good job cleaning this thing. So one way to tell how good you've cleaned is if you can see through the bluegill. So there you go. Let's say pretty good clean, not perfect, but that's the way that I've found to get the most meat off of them. So I've found, especially on crappies, you can go up here really far to the top side of the head, maybe miss a little bit of belly meat, but this is the first bluegill I've cleaned in over a year. So again, if you can see through them when you're done cleaning them, you know you've got as much meat as possible. So like I said, I'm going to time lapse the rest of this process, and then once we get done filleting all of them, we will talk about what my favorite way is to package and freeze these.
Would you look at that bowl full of fillets? Man, this is going to be some good eating here. I'm going to go upstairs and rinse all these off, and then try to dry them off as best we can, and then I'm going to show you guys how I like to freeze these things.
All right, so we just got done cleaning everything, and I'm going to show you guys the way I love to package these bluegill fillets. But look at these fillets, man. This is pretty. This is going to make good meals. There was 22 fish, so there's 44 fillets, so I just broke them up into 22 fillet bags. But there's I don't want to say this is a controversy, but there's two real main ways that I know that people like to freeze fish, and it's one in water or vacuum seal it. Me, I prefer to freeze the vacuum seal them. The vacuum seal machines they have nowadays are really good. I'm going to eat this probably within the next couple weeks. I'll actually do a cooking video if you guys want. Leave a comment if you guys want to see me actually how I love to cook these things. But yeah, guys, this is going to be really good eating. Like I said, this is good for one meal for me probably. Maybe even some leftovers. Mrs. Blue doesn't like bluegills. So let me get these things vacuum sealed, and we'll wrap up this video. Okay, so, you know, there you have it. There's the 2 packs of bluegill fillets and pumpkin seed and some crappie. But, yeah, guys, this is going to be some really, really good eating fish. Like I said, let me know if you guys want me to show you how I love cooking these fish. It actually does involve maple syrup, crazy as that sounds. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys want to see more of this kind of catching clean type videos. I don't do a ton of bluegill fishing or pan fishing throughout the year, except in the wintertime. And again, like I said, Mrs. Blue doesn't like eating fish, so that to me means I can really be more catch and release. But if I do want to keep some for a meal like I did today with Dylan and Gabby, you know, I'll do that. So again, you know, I want to show you guys every part of this process Sorry if you got a little bit squeamish when I was filleting the fish, but this is all part of the process of being an outdoorsman. You know, when we either shoot a deer or when we keep fish, I want to show you guys the entire process because some of you probably have never seen a fish even filleted. And I can go through how I do this even more if you guys want. I can give you really a breakdown, show you some more like level cuts, what it looks like when you're running down the bones and what to listen for. But again, I know people might be a little bit squeamish about that kind of stuff, but again, this is all part of the process, right? And just like with maple syrup, I want to show you guys everything that I do to really help, you know, educate and show you guys what the outdoor experience is all about. So again, thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Leave a comment too. That really helps drive this content through the algorithm. We're getting really close to 1,000 followers. I can't thank you guys enough for all your support. And remember, the easiest way to change your attitude is by showing gratitude. Thanks, and we'll catch you in the water next time.